Secretary General for Forestry, Energy, Professor Konstantinos Saravosis. Former Alternate Minister of Civil Protection, Migration and Asylum, Mr. Yorgos Koumoutsakos. Chairman of the National Center of Scientific Research Demokritos, Dr. Yorgos Nounesis. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the MIT Enterprise Forum Greece, and with great pleasure, I welcome you to the 8th Annual Awards Night of the 2022 MITEF Greece Startup Competition. And the pleasure is even greater now that we are back to celebrating at Demokritos, among friends and partners, old and new. Thank you, Mr. Nounesis, for hosting us tonight. Since 2015, when we ran our first cohort, we have accelerated more than 200 startups. 60 of these, 30%, continue to grow globally, have raised over $200 million, created more than 900 new jobs, and generated annual revenue of more than $50 million. We accomplished that in tough times and through uncharted waters, as the Greek startup community was back then. So what exactly all these numbers mean? They mean that MITEF Greece, over the past 8 years, has given back to our community 200 times the money received from sponsorships and donations. It also means that Greece is a globally recognized as an emerging hotbed of sophisticated, innovative, and scalable technology entrepreneurship. This year, we accelerated 26 teams competing in 4 tracks: general, energy, life science, and transportation, maritime, and logistics. We at MITEF Greece, and the teams, of course, could not have done so without the valuable support of an international panel of experts and experienced instructors, judges, and mentors. And what is worth mentioning is that after the competition, all these experts often continue as team advisors and sometimes team members and investors. These teams, the 26 teams that we are hosting this year, comprise an incredibly diverse group of exciting technology startups at various stages in their development cycles. And for the first time, 25% come from all over the Western world, including Cyprus, Estonia, Albania, Spain, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America. And out of these 26, 30% are founded by women entrepreneurs. We are all very proud and impressed by their innovative minds. Their driving desire is to enter the market, become successful entrepreneurs, and of course, achieve their dreams. And here we are this evening, 6 months of competition, selection, mentoring, and of course, training in the making. The finalist evaluation process took place yesterday, where the 10 finalists pitched live in front of the judging panel. The winning teams will be announced here very soon. Well, we will start with brief remarks for our esteemed guests, sponsors, and accomplished entrepreneurs, followed by short pitches by the finalists. We will then close with the award ceremony, and of course, you're all invited to join us at the post-awarded reception. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome MITEF Greece Chairman, Mr. Gerasmos Spiridakis, on the stage.
Well, I love those statistics, 30% women, so many new countries. In addition, we started with Greece some years ago, and now we are expanding to different geographies. I'm not a Digoni, actually, I'm Gerasmos, but we can fix that. So I love those statistics because the statistics show, and the numbers show, and I'm a numbers guy, the statistics show that, you know, the evolution of what we started with Vasilis and some other members of the team some years ago and where we are today. And that's extremely important. So ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor to welcome you tonight in 2022 and MIT Enterprise Forum annual competition awards ceremony. Since early this year, as Adigoni mentioned, our finalists have spent an incredible amount of time, long weekends, meeting regularly with us, with their mentors, and trying to refine their ideas, improve them in order to ensure that they will bring the best result to this audience tonight. So I take the opportunity to thank those finalists after all the hard work they've done. And of course, I wanted to thank them for their commitment and the work they did, and the mentors with whom we worked very closely over this past few months to make it happen. And they spent a lot of hours with these people, sharing their experiences, their expertise, and they were really, really supportive. So thank you for that. I'm also pleased to say that during this short but very intensive period, the finalists have really impressed us. And I am sure that tonight they will also impress you. And as you all know, being an entrepreneur is not an easy task. It's a hard work. It's not easy. And I want to congratulate all these teams who took the step forward to go into this very challenging but incredibly rewarding path. And because the hard work is not always the one that we choose, but what I have seen from those innovators, they're all, as you will also notice tonight, they're all passionate, they're all driven, and very hardworking. And those skills brought them with us tonight. So I think you will personally be fascinated with what you will see from those teams tonight. And it has also become clear to, I hope, many of you that you're with us, that this acceleration program that we run, MIT Enterprise Forum Greece, is one of the best technology programs, not just in the country, but beyond Greece. And it has produced a lot of incredible results. As you saw the statistics, you saw what we have done, because we're not only here to support those entrepreneurs, we're not only supporting the establishments of those new companies, we're here as a key pillar in helping the local tech community with all of our resources, our experience, and what we can offer them, being in the business ourselves for so many years. And we're here for a greater goal of becoming the one platform that brings all these people together, this incredible community, to make Greece a European technology comes in the coming years. And I think we've come a long way since we started 9 years ago towards this direction. But of course, all of this cannot be achieved alone. We had a lot of help to make it happen. We had some amazing people like this lady on my right here, Linda Plano, who's been working with us since the beginning of the program. She's been training. Long hours, a lot of work. So thank you, Linda. Thank you very much. And of course, the sponsors, without them, we wouldn't be here tonight. The mentors, they spend so many weekends supporting, and I know they want to do it because they love it, but it's a lot of work. And thank you for that. And of course, we have an amazing MITF team, an amazing board. They're all very supportive. We work really long hours. That's a non-profit organization. You can understand what that means, for a number of years to get us where we are today. And so we've been very lucky. We have had some great partners in this journey until today. And these people have worked tirelessly all these years. So, but most importantly, MITF Greece would not exist without the teams, with the innovators, for whom we are here tonight to celebrate. Because they are the true stars. They are the people they are the true visionaries. They are the people who are going to make a difference. And they have the courage that will inspire all of us when we decide, or our children, to go to a new path in their lives. These people really deserve a big applause, because they are all these people are going to make the Greece future. So closing, I want to thank you all for your friendship, your partnership all these years. It's been an amazing journey. It's been very encouraging, and I think we have some really good results. And without any further delay, I would like to invite the president of Demokritos Research Center, Mr. Nunes, is on stage. Thank you again, and I wish you a great evening.
Good evening. It is on behalf of the Board of Directors of Demokritos. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all here. The pleasure is also personal, not just because I have all these bonds with MIT. I was very lucky to have spent 8 of the most productive years of my career there. MIT shaped very much the way I think about technology, the way I think about research. But it's not just that. Quite a few years ago, back in 2015, I was struggling in my lab at Demokritos the same day like this. I was not the chairman, I was not the president of the place. I was struggling with an experiment, as usually the case with research, with my students. I got out to get some fresh air and I came all the way to this amphitheater. There was people around. I didn't know what was happening, hadn't watched, the advertisement. And I came in and I was so impressed. I was so impressed with what I heard, with the quality of what I heard. These guys, MITEF, they were talking about technology transfer during years where nobody in Greece would say things with their name, technology transfer. And after that, I've been a very, very big fan all these years. And I am so glad that we are still collaborating and I will be collaborating in the future. Demokritos spent a lot of effort, a lot of energy in creating an environment, a campus that supports startups, that supports entrepreneurial endeavors. And we are very, very happy that a month ago, NATO, the military alliance has chosen us as one of the 9 entrepreneurial accelerators for Europe. So this campus will be receiving startups that NATO will be investing in, and the next few years they will be coming to Agora Labs and they will become part of this environment. I'm pretty sure the interaction with the already existing startups will be incredible. So these are new chapters opening up, and of course they are defense related, but we all know how much innovation comes out of defense. Before closing, I don't want to bother you, but I have to say 2 things that have to do a lot with Demokritos and MIT. I'm very happy to announce today that one of the 4 major projects that the Recovery and Resilience Fund of Greece, the Tamiyo Anakamsis, that is going to be funded is the collaboration of Demokritos with MIT, the Center for Bits and Atoms at the Media Lab. Professor Negreponte was here a few years ago, sitting somewhere over there. And now we are developing incredible laboratories, trust me, not just for smart manufacturing, but for autonomous manufacturing. That is machines manufacturing and doing their own things, and at the same time, speaking to each other and communicating their decisions to each other, ready to make basically anything. That's one thing about the future of Demokritos with MIT. The second is called Science Agora. This is a new hub that was created and will be funded by the General Secretariat of Research and Innovation. And it's an alliance between Demokritos, the National Technical University of Athens, the Athens University of Economics and Business, and the Research Center Athena. This is for technology transfer. This is for creating, for attracting private investments into research, for supporting the creation of spin-offs. And I want today actually to invite MITEF to be our ally, to be our partner in this incredible project that is now beginning. And I'm pretty sure, I hope you guys will accept. It's great to see you all here, and best of luck for the award ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nounasis, and of course, thank you very much for the honorable invitation, which we'll very happily accept, of course. So now, let me introduce Professor Konstantinos Aravosis, Secretary General from the Minister of Forestry and Energy, for his welcome. Mr. Aravosis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I feel very happy to be here because I am here with my both positions. As it has been mentioned, I am a professor at the National Technical University of Athens, and now I'm Secretary General for Forestry at the Ministry for Environment and Energy. And previously, I was the Secretary General for Environment and Water at the same ministry. So I have dealt during my career with all things that have to do with the environment and energy. And I know that there is a stream today in this competition, in this year's MIT Enterprise Forum Startup Competition concerning energy. At the National Technical University of Athens, we have organized Green Tech Challenge. Maybe you know, you are familiar with that. It's also a competition concerning energy and environment. And at the ministry, we also have organized Greenathon, which is a competition for energy and environment, something similar with what we organize here. And I am saying this because what I would like to share with you today is from my experience and all what we have organized at our ministry. We have seen that there were over 100 groups participating. These groups came from all over Greece. There were young members of the group, but also older professionals, engineers that all already work and in parallel, they have created the beginning a startup, and then it became their real profession. And we had very excellent ideas, we must say, from these over 100 proposals that we had at the ministry. And some of them already were incorporated in our policies, and we are trying to involve new technologies, to involve innovation in policies that have to do with environmental policies and also energy policies. I think you are very lucky today because it seems that the environment concerning entrepreneurship, startups, and innovation is really concerning Greece the best that we have ever had. The government and the Prime Minister himself thinks that innovation and entrepreneurship is a priority. And you know that because also universities are forced to create startups and enforce startups, companies that will start at the university campus. And then we already have examples of such companies. They have made it, starting from Greece, to become leaders in their field worldwide. And I think now there's a lot of funding. It has been mentioned before that there's a lot of funding also from the recovery fund, but the problem nowadays is not to find funding. The problem is to find enough groups that can have the ideas that are needed in order to absorb the funds. For the next 4 years, it is for sure that there will be a startup community that the aim is for it to have a turnover of around 10% of the Greek GDP. Now the turnover of the Greek startup community is around 10 billion euros, from what if I remember well. But the aim is for it to become 20 billion. And it is possible because the competitive advantage of Greece, and of course, Professor Nunes knows that very well, is that we have a lot of people at our universities and not only in our research institutes that have very good ideas, that are very capable, that have specific skills, and with this, they can create companies that can become a worldwide success. And since now there's a lot of funding, there are many funds that can help in financing these ideas to become real companies. And it is for sure that in the next 4 years, we will see many companies spin off or spin out from Greek research institutes or universities, but also other startup companies deriving from larger companies, because there is also a trend in this, that will become a great success. And since we have this high quality of academics, engineers, and scientists, it is for sure that Greece can play an important role in this field. And this, and now I'm coming to the end, will help us also as a country to create the new economy that is our target. The target of our economy is for it to become sustainable, green, of course, digital, and circular, and to transform the market into that. And this is not possible. And apart from that, it is not possible also to find solutions to climate change and to climate crisis, which is #1 problem worldwide, if you do not involve technology and innovation. So I'm really very happy to be here and with you, and I'm sure that there will be a lot of success today with your ideas and your presentations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Avosis. And now, Mr. Papidis, Chief Technology and Business Change Officer at Dixon, Southeastern Europe, for his welcome. Mr. Papidis, welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really honored to be here, both personally and as a company. At Kotsovolos, we really believe that innovation is part of our survival in the future. Retail is all about innovation now. We need to innovate continuously in all parts of our value chain, in our operating model, in order to provide new experiences and better service to our customers. So we do innovate, and we feel that it's part of our DNA and has been for many years. Kotsovolos has been in this market for a long period of time, and it has kept its leadership position through continuous innovation in all parts of its business. What's important is that we know that we cannot innovate ourselves. We need an environment, and we really support all efforts, especially efforts like MITEF effort to promote innovation and new technologies in the Greek market, because that creates an environment in which we can participate, we can attract and use innovative ideas and keep us again evolving as we move forward in an ever-changing world. So helping the environment is part of our understanding that it's also a commitment, and it's part of what we do when we support efforts like that. We have been gradually building a strong network with all the innovative parts in Greece, with many major universities, with many companies, technology companies, but also with a lot of startups, where we provide our company as a playground so that they can use us to test and to build their ideas. And we have successfully managed to create some of them and help them go abroad. So we are really proud of that. And we really feel that it's the only way that we can stay ahead of the game. We can stay competitive and we can stay in our leadership position. So we really believe that helping and supporting innovation is not something we need to do for the society, but we need to do it for ourselves. This is also why we're here. We really share the vision of MITEF, and we feel that whatever we can in order to contribute to the new companies is an essential part of us being part of a new ecosystem that is being built in Greece. We have seen also the growth of this ecosystem in the past years. We have seen, and we feel that we have also contributed to that. We really believe that Greece, through all these efforts, will become a significant place for innovation in the world. So thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for having us here, and really feel that the companies that participate in these competitions help promote innovation and startup ecosystem that will help us be successful in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Papidis. And now, Mr. Manolis Sigalas, Managing Director of Southern Europe at Hill International. Mr. Sigalas.
Καλησπέρα σε όλους. Good evening to everyone. On behalf of everyone in our team at Hill International, we are absolutely excited to have supported this year's competition, hence have the privilege to be with you tonight on this special occasion. Now, Hill, as you may know, we don't actually operate in the startup scene per se. And as we're not a household name like Otsovos, very briefly, for those who do not know us, we're a global project management and construction consulting firm headquartered in the United States. And specifically in Greece, we have distinctive operational presence, and we're delighted to be involved with some major, I would say, some very exciting and transformational projects that are currently underway in the country and that span the infrastructure, buildings, and energy sectors. Now, how come did we end up sponsoring a startup competition? But obviously, we support the cause. And the credit goes to the MIT Alumni Network and Vasilis and Divoni for signing us up. Not only do we share the vision and, of course, committed to the objective, but we really enjoyed it, and hopefully we can support next year's competition as well. We obviously believe, however, that it is important for people coming from different backgrounds, different sectors, different ecosystems, as you call it, like different species such as ourselves, to come together and recognize that Greece has established a very exciting and dynamic startup scene. One that has proven to be very effective and very successful, and at the core of which are people such as yourselves, the teams that participated, visionary individuals, driven teams that amalgamate senior wisdom with new blood, and people that want to effect change. And we need to support this cause in any way that we can, as we also believe that there are synergies and unlocked untapped potential to be created by bridging different worlds with the startup scene, such as the infrastructure and construction world, where our field of activities are. But tonight is about you, about the teams that participated. Yesterday you had 5 minutes to pitch. I don't want to take the same time to say welcome. Heartfelt congratulations to all of you. Your work is truly inspiring. And my message as an outsider in this audience would be that regardless of today's outcome, notwithstanding if you win an award or not, remain focused, remain committed, evolve with your teams, and just keep on hustling. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sigalas. And now, Adonis, it's your time. Manolis Pretzas, co-founder and CEO of FinLoop, previous winner, startupper. Hello, Adonis.
Hi, all. Thanks for having me. I'm honored to be here with you today and share what we've done with FinLoop, to what our journey is. We were very lucky to meet MIT Enterprise Forum in our way, and I'll share with you why. So I'm Antonis Prensas, co-founder and CEO at FinLoop, and what we're doing is a buy now, pay later company. But I wanted to go some steps back and explain how we began this journey. This is how the real journey began. So we're talking about 2 years ago. We didn't really know what we were doing. At the time, we were excited, full of optimism, the era of the unknown unknowns. What we had in mind is that deep feeling that the consumer credit sector was broken. There was something fundamentally broken with that. We are talking about broken individuals, enterprises, the banks, the government. All consumers had huge amounts of debt. Toxic credit products such as credit cards. We are talking about huge interest rates and products designed to be profitable exactly when the consumer manages their financials badly, which is fundamentally wrong. We are talking about interest-bearing installment plans with very high interest rates. We're talking about real interest rates of 60, 70% in the market when we account for both the nominal interest rate and the upfront fees. Inefficient consumer assessment processes, and which led to high default rates and high interest rates. So we wanted to do something about it, and we thought we knew what it was. We wanted to build a proper consumer assessment tool and a loan aggregator so that the consumer has access to traditional credit, but fairly. We came into MIT 2 years ago, and we had lots of courses in finance, in marketing, in strategies on how can we find the proper product market fit. So we went out of the building and we went to the stakeholders and see if our solution could work. And the answer was crystal clear, it couldn't work. There were many, many reasons. The banks were unwilling to provide credit in terms different with those they were used to. The retailers, the merchants, the insurers, all the service and product providers wanted a plug-and-play solution, and they didn't want to pay any effort in order to provide added value services. But most importantly, the consumers had a deep loathing about traditional credit institutions and wanted something completely different. What we had at the time was open banking. This was an opportunity, we knew that, and we wanted to utilize it to analyze a consumer and be able to provide added value services. With open banking, the consumer now owns their banking data, and that means they can share it with a third party, such as FinLoop, in order to get added value services. That's what we'd like to do, and we wanted to find the right model to introduce in the market a product that satisfies their needs. This is how mentoring helped. Challenges in each and every aspect of our operational model. Feedback on how to get proper market insights and see what works and what's not. Sanity checks on our financial models. And actual investment, since our very first mentor in the MIT Enterprise Forum became our investor. So after all this process, we concluded on the buy now, pay later product. This is something we had seen it working very well abroad, but in more mature markets where there were standardized credit scores, mature credit bureau, where a buy now, pay later company could go get a score and provide this service credit based on that score. The reason we brought it first in the Greek market was that we developed our own credit scoring algorithms. We utilized open banking in order to create a complete financial profile. We're talking about income, sources of income, expenses, consistency on payments, on obligations such as rent, power, mobile phone, insurance, a complete profile so that we know this time, today, what's the real situation of the consumer so that we provide responsible lending. And more than that, we also utilize other sources of data when available. For example, loyalty data in the merchant side. The core value proposition of our solution is that we are always interest-free. That means we do not charge the consumer whatsoever. No interest, no upfront fees, no late fees, no subscription fees. The only revenue channel for us is the merchant, which in turn pays only when they do transactions using our service. So they do not pay when they do not have profit from using our service. This is what we introduced to the market, splitting the cost in 4 interest-free installments, and it went really well. We actually launched in 2021, but it was in 2022 when we began introducing that massively in the market. We have a growth rate month on month of about 70% in 2022. We are approaching 100 merchants, including names such as Funky Buddha and Admiral. And we have hundreds of consumers who repeatedly come and use our service in order to satisfy their needs. So this is something that works. We saw that, but it works most of the times. There's more. Rent is a musical. We're not singing to our clients, but we're listening to them. And what they're saying is that I love the product, but I need more. More means products that have very high value, so the 4 interest-free installments cannot help. It means product categories that are naturally not sustainable for our model because the profit margin in the merchant side is extremely low. And since this is the only source of revenue for us, we could not provide the sustainable model for these products. So the solution here was to introduce another service, which is rental. How we began is with a partner, Spot a Wheel, in the used car space, whom we support in order to provide leasing services. We have already given more than 20 cars, and this is just the beginning for us, an excellent way to build intellectual property and provide rental services ourselves in the consumer electronic space. We have a great data science team, and actually we are going to be, for some years, the first fintech, pre-seed fintech, which is going to publish its own paper in an academic journal, because we have done some exciting stuff on this space. All this falls under the same umbrella. The consumer does not have cash today, and we want to help them. That's our vision, to support them in the most important events of their lives, when they are getting into a new home, when they are driving a car, when they need new clothes for their work, when they need a mobile phone or a laptop. That's our vision, to support them so that they have a peace of mind and can focus on what matters the most, whatever their ambitions or goals may be. To paraphrase a quote from the Maltese Falcon, money is not the stuff that dreams are made of, but they can get in the way. And we want to help those people so that they don't. Thank you for your time.
We are so proud about FinLoop and all, of course, our alumni teams. You made it, you succeeded, you're so proud. Thank you. So now, Linda, your turn. So Linda takes the lead and she will present her babies, you know, the team members. So Linda, the floor is yours. Thank you so much.
Lyberia, and thank you. This actually is my 10th year of having the opportunity to work with the MIT Enterprise Forum of Greece, including all 8 years of the competition. But it's my very first time to be here for the finals, and it's such a privilege. Thank you so much, Ευχαριστώ, my friends and colleagues here. I really, really appreciate it. We do have a terrific range of companies. I will say that every year I work 2 to 5 hours or maybe even more with some of the teams one-on-one. So I can tell you with great confidence that the sophistication and the capabilities of the teams have grown year over year. And this year we've got a number of really excellent teams. I mean, they've always been great. There's always been passion there, but the sophistication is growing, and the ecosystem that the MIT Enterprise Forum Greece has been a key part in forming has gotten stronger and stronger, as we just saw with FinLoop. Way to go, guys, by the way. Okay, so because I have that privilege of working with them, every one of them learns how to the process goes about telling their story in their way. My job is to help make them be sure that they are making the story compelling to the audience of their choice. Okay, tonight, that is you, the audience. I can promise you, each and every one of them will tell you exactly what the problem is that they are solving, the innovative solution they have developed for it, why their solution is better than the tough competition, and then where they're going, what they're going to do to get there, and most important perhaps, how you can be part of them making that achievement. So please listen carefully, enjoy it, soak in the passion and the brilliant ideas that we're going to hear about an incredible range of technologies. So to start with, we're launching in health tech, and let's please welcome CEO Davide Zaccagnini, who will tell us all about how Agora Labs is helping to monetize the great value available in healthcare data, while at the same time protecting our individual privacy. Davide?
Thank you, Linda, and thank you everyone for being here tonight. It's really exciting, at the end of a long journey, but let's get going immediately with Agora Labs, where we're launching the first privacy guaranteed platform that, by decoupling the issues of ethics and legality from health data, allow the health data economy to scale at a global level. And one of the first questions you might want to ask is, why in the world do you even want to go close to health data? They're the most regulated, sensitive, fragmented, and complex piece of information that you might want to deal with. And the answer to that is yes, very true. But they also happen to be among the most common piece of information in the enterprise world and growing at the fastest rate than any other industry. Mostly because, whether we know it or not, we're all carrying around some kind of health monitoring device through our phones or through our earbuds and many other type of gadgets, which are revolutionizing not only indeed the industry of personal devices, but healthcare itself. Before going to MIT, I was a physician, and this is what I used to carry around during my rounds, and this is how the same thing happens today. This is causing an explosion of data, which also happen to be the most valuable because they drive very fundamental processes. You don't track a pandemic without the data. You don't discover the next cancer drug without the data. So you might expect that this information is flying left and right every day from those who produce it to those who need them. And that's very much not the case because of those risks, because of those liabilities that I was referring to earlier. There is an economy of health data. It does exist, despite everything else. And it's a fairly big one. It runs on anonymized data. And it's intermediated entirely by middlemen, data houses that take the value of that information, sell it to those who can pay for that information, and keep it all for themselves. These intermediated entirely in both the patients and the hospitals, who in the end are those who produce the data and store and preserve those data. So there is a broken value chain, but the other problem is that these data are actually not anonymous at all. Just by combining 3 or 4 data points, you can easily understand who is each individual in that data set. And this is where Agora changes the status quo entirely. We use blockchain so that the access to data is enforced for every transaction, and it's fully under the control of those who own the data. By doing that, we make data access much cheaper for those who need the data, and real time instead of weeks to months long. Then we support privacy guaranteed computations that leave this data where they are, either inside medical apps or inside hospital firewalls. And finally, we connect the data users and the data providers so that they can collaborate, generate more value from their data, and for those who provide the data, being paid in real time. So from a system that is broken on pretty much any possible level, from the ethical to the legal to the financial, in what Tim Cook calls the shadow economy of personal data, Agora realized a highly efficient, fully transparent, and completely compliant marketplace that incentivizes data owners, data providers, to make their data available, and data users through the Agora token that we will launch early next year to access this data, generate the insights that they need, and pay for these insights. If you look at the ecosystem of all the possible health data, it's a very large one and very diverse. We're going to target our beachhead strategy on the regulatory data, those that pharmaceutical companies need, for instance, to justify one of their products to be reimbursed by a national healthcare system. So there is a lot of activity in that market, and we're going to compete in that specific segment on the basis of immediate real-time access to data, a lower cost for accessing those data, privacy that is guaranteed instead of paying overpopulated legal departments, and the ability for data providers to actually receive revenues. And that applies to individuals as well. With that, we will be walking upward in the data value chain, going from the most scalable, more repeatable, more standardized type of data into the deep data assets that are used by pharmaceutical companies for developing new drugs, or by the tech companies for training the next medical AI. And with that ability that is created by our high efficiency in data management operations, we can actually increase both our revenues and our profits at the same time. Agora is currently deployed in more than 20 hospitals in Europe who are using our infrastructure to do neuroscience research, and soon 7 more hospitals will use it for cardiology research. Since we started this really outstanding program, let me say that we started also active discussions with multiple investors. Some of these discussions are in an advanced stage, and we're happy to announce that we will be launching in mid-July our first commercial product. This is because the team that created this system is working together since 2017 on the same vision, bringing to the table skills that are both very unique but also very complementary, from medicine and medical data with myself to big data and scalable privacy and security with Minos, and digital transformation with Manish, whom I want to point out couldn't be here tonight. But just to give you an idea of the type of commitment, he recently left his job at Philips, where he was a senior executive, running a team of 25 people to come and work for us and help us realizing our vision. To do that, we need partners and we need funding. Partners both in the area of life science and hospitals who want to monetize their data, and funding to boost primarily our business development activities, while most of our R&D costs are covered by European projects. And with that, I thank you very much. And we do questions? No questions. So thank you.
All right, so we have a few companies that are focusing on climate type issues tonight. But the fact is, as important as we all know it is to address climate change, we are going to be dealing with oil for the foreseeable future. And that means for the foreseeable future, we'll be dealing with oil spills. Fortunately, we have CEO Van Roos here to talk about DES and their modeling technology for tracking down those spills and cleaning them up. Please come on up.
Well, good evening to everyone, and thank you very much for joining tonight. My name is Juan Rose, you can see here, and I am CEO and co-founder at Digital Earth Solutions. I'm sure you remember some of the huge oil spill accidents that have happened in the last couple of decades, like the Deepwater Horizon in 2010, and the terrible consequences they have caused to the local environment, society, and economy. Now, nowadays, still up to 4.5 million tons of oil are spilled into the oceans every year. And to minimize that huge impact that we were mentioning, it is essential that coastal authorities go into the ocean to intercept and collect the spill before it spreads and reaches the coast. However, ocean dynamics are a very complex problem, as they are highly influenced by a lot of effects such as sea currents, winds, and tides. And while current modeling solutions, they include all this information as inputs in order to understand the movement of spill, the whole process takes hours and it requires deep technical expertise on the user side. The usual result is a proper understanding of the oil degradation with chemical components and sun, etc. However, they fail to accurately understand the movement of the spill in the ocean, and that is essential for an effective spill collection strategy. On the other hand, we at Digital Earth Solutions, after more than 20 years studying ocean dynamics within the Spanish National Research Council, we have developed a unique software able to predict within few minutes and with high precision the movement of any oil spill in the world, making a forecast for the next 3 to 5 days. As we said, current software solutions are very complex, very hard to use, and this often leads to a steep learning curve and to skilled technicians on the user side, like we were mentioning. Additionally, combining this very complicated manual setup and combining it with very long computation times, the whole process takes in the order of hours. However, we are able to develop any simulation of any oil spill in the world in less than 5 minutes, which leads to simulation times up to 20 times faster than the current competitors. Here we have an example of our user interface, which our customer sends us the initial location, date and time, and this initial spill amount. And after a few minutes, we can deliver the movement of the spill with a simulation like the one you can see here in the shape of maps and reports with animations such as the one we're showing right here. However, what mostly stands out from our solution is its accuracy. Several real spill cases have been analyzed and published by our research group. And in all of them, the quality and the precision of our simulations has outperformed the ones of the solutions used at the site of the accident. With all these benefits, we believe that using our software to model spills and to use them to optimize spill collection strategy can lead to a 70% reduction of environmental and socioeconomic impact and of 20% of the gathering costs, leading to a reduction of up to 50% of the total costs related to an average size spill of 300 tons. Our current business model is as follows. Right now, as we're approaching our MVP, and we are accessing environmental consultants who are engineering companies that are very eager to deliver the latest know-how to the customers. By next year, we will be accessing oil and gas and maritime transportation companies as the main responsible of the spills, and of course, insurance companies who cover them. And by 2024, we will be accessing all emergency cleanup services, who are generally public entities who are responsible of collecting the spills. And in this way, by 2024, we will be accessing all major stakeholders, and in the same way, well, in that process, keep up updating our business model and our value proposition. Right now, what we're offering are simulation packages. We're talking about our MVP, in which the customer sends us the initial information, our technicians run the simulations, and we give them back the dimensions we were talking about. However, we are already working for next year to a very recognizable software as a service product, in which the customer has a more recognizable and scalable product where they can run the simulations by themselves. And of course, later updates and new features such as backtracing, which is something very important to understand and to trace back the spills to their origin, or understanding, delivering the optimal transportation routes that are important in the naval industry. We are a very passionate team, very passionate about cleaning the oceans. Of course, on the R&D side, we have Ana Maria Mancho, who is the leader of the Spanish National Research Council Applied Mathematics Institute. And we have Guillermo Garcia, PhD student, who is in charge of the development of the software. On the company side, me myself, I'm a mechanical engineer acting as CEO, and Maria Jose Mancho, who is our business and finance advisor. What has our progress been since the start of MITEF, since we started this amazing program? Well, first of all, we are now 2 full-time workers fully dedicated to this project in constant development. On the sales side, we have worked a lot. I have been myself a couple of weeks ago in Saudi Arabia, talking to the big players, to Saudi Aramco, to the big shipping companies. Last week, we were also in Amsterdam in the biggest spill convention of Europe. So we're really trying to get out there and to push our software out there, and the perception has been really good. We have published new successful spill cases that have contributed to understanding even more how the movement of the spills work, and contributing and verifying that our solution is indeed very, very accurate. Prices of up to 20K, and the official company incorporation. Right now, we're bootstrapped with several awards, hoping this one as well, which have led to the main goals towards the end of the year of having the exclusive software licensing from the research group where we're at, testing it for 20 more real spills, and getting up to 100 customer interviews. Also launching our first seed round of 250K with the goals of developing our software as a service, migrating it to the cloud, and signing our first 10 customers. And of course, later rounds of 1 and 10 million with the goals of global scalability, global expansion, and becoming world leaders in ocean dynamics. We are looking for partners right now to help us contribute to save the ocean. So if you would like to know more about us, please contact us. Thank you very much.
Sorry, you have to miss some of the cool stuff here because time constraints. Okay, great. All right. So you know how when you're not feeling well, you go online and start looking up your symptoms, and next thing you know, you're convinced you have cancer? Well, no more. Thanks to Dr. Petros Pendes, the CEO of Duck & You, you now have a real doctor at your fingertips on demand.
I think we did the presentation, so I can go. Hi, everyone. My name is Petros Pandis. I'm the CEO and founder of Kando. It's an innovative health tech company that we change the way we access healthcare. We all be aware that healthcare is in crisis. Did you know that 1 out of 3 people avoid medical attention until they have no choice? And what is the problem with this? The problem is that there is increase in hospital stays, and even worse, death. But why people avoid medical attention? The reasons are many. Can be practical reasons. You may see this very nice remote island here, but this guy cannot find a doctor. Or it can be emotional reasons. So people that don't trust the services, or they deny the urgency of the situation. We don't know that we really have to go to the doctor. So Kando tries to eliminate or minimize these barriers by providing quick access to doctors anytime, anywhere, and also unbiased, realistic, accurate information and medical advices. So we were able to build a patient-centric platform that simplifies the way patients manage their health and consult a doctor. As a user, when you enter in our platform, you first access your medical profile in multilingual, so automatically it can be translated to different languages, so you can carry with you everywhere you are in the world. Then you can go, instead of going to Google, you can go to Kando and check your symptoms there, because we know better your profile and also is targeted to your symptoms. Third, if you're not sure about the results here from the symptom checker, then we have you doctors, so you can request to speak with one of our doctors. And finally, you can connect your family and other doctors and share all this medical information. So with Kando, we gave you a unique power. The power with a click of a button to get a call back from a doctor within minutes. And we managed to reduce the cost through a subscription-based model to €2 per month for unlimited doctor consultation. So there are no excuses now. And also you have access to other services for diabetes, for your derma-related conditions, and others. So we have 60,000 users so far that they have used our services, and we have a B2B2C model that works really well. We have 24 partnerships so far. We promote the Kando through 4 different channels. First of all, as corporate perk, as you can see, Unilever give to their employees our product. We have the Kando as an add-on service. We collaborate with pharmaceutical companies, hotels, where they give the Kando to customers. We have the Kando as a resale product, so companies, they resell our product. And some of you may know that they use the Kando even through the government due to COVID, that we support a lot of citizens. So as an extension and as a remote medical hub. There are a lot of competition out there, and probably some of you have seen different products, and they have done a great job. But with the Kando, we enhance all these different services, and we create one-stop digital health solution. The market is huge and growing really fast. The global market is estimated 298 billion by 2028, and we have projected 47 million in revenues by 2027. In order to reach this amount, we need to increase the number of collaborations and partnerships to 700. And we are sure that we can achieve that because our team have worked together for the last 5 years, and we have experience and expertise in different sectors in business, medicine, and technology. We have another 12 people that support us in different ways. So far, we raised 180,000 from angel and crowdfunding in order to launch the platform and start generating revenues, 200,000, and acquire the 60,000 users and 24 companies. So now we are looking for 1.3 million to increase the number of partnerships and users and increase the revenues. And then in 18 months' time, we need another 2 million to enter another European country, break even, and reach the 47 million in revenues. We're also looking for collaborations, companies that they want to use our product. Thank you so much. Sorry if I took more time. I took it slower.
All right, excellent. More on energy. So between supply chain issues and inflation and wanting to be a good corporate citizen, small and medium enterprises really cannot afford to waste electricity. But when you've got a lot of different systems operating, how do you know which ones are wasting electricity, how you can manage your bill, how to make it better? Well, fortunately, we have CEO Michael Maris, CEO at Insight, to tell us all about it.
Hello, everyone. Is your bill confusing you and you wonder what you can do to save money? Your energy bill comes every 4 months. Throughout the course of this month, you do not know how much your day-to-day consumption or a way to predict. So how we can make this cost go down? At Insight, we give, insight with the goal of helping small and medium businesses reduce energy costs. Every time you open our application, you can monitor your consumption and define a specific consumption goal for each month. Additionally, Insight provides prediction and per-device monitoring that gets better each time you use it due to our integrated machine learning and AI for in-depth analysis. Those features warn you with smart notification and help to reduce your total consumption, awakening your energy awareness. To be more specific, our hardware collects the consumption data, which is then stored to the cloud, where analysis takes place with machine learning algorithms. Sophisticated showcase analyze the information on the mobile application. This is a continuous cycle that runs on the background. Our solution is accessible by anyone and helps everyone. To achieve this, we are partnering with a known hardware manufacturer to lower the cost of the end device. The selected master device has a small footprint, is not larger than a fuse, and has its own Wi-Fi, so all the cables stay inside the electrical panel. The device can accommodate up to 3 phases sensor for independent line measurement. Our information are neatly displayed on your mobile application. We are also planning to provide free training courses to facilitate energy awareness, raising and promote our company's green spirit. You can also book an energy consultant, get better appliance deals, have some fun with gamification mechanics, and then Insight will be funded by the end of 2022. While there are similar products in the market, they tend to focus only on total energy monitoring. Some more advanced products that produce reports and the prediction also fail to personalize the reports or give specific tips to the customer. Energy costs, as we know, are very difficult to contain, especially for supermarkets that have great consumption. For this reason, we are focusing on this specific market as our first target. We are in contact for direct sales supermarkets, and we are planning to expand our sales in similar markets, such as mini market, grocery stores, until the end of 2024. Based on our estimation, we will manage to achieve a break-even in 2024. A progressive penetration of the market will enable us to enhance our client base and further improve our operational results, targeting an EBITDA of 10 million euros in 2027. Based on our planning, we have already released the minimum value product since April 2022. By the end of the current year, a live test of our MVP will take place in 4 locations and 10 clients. By the end of 2024, a break-even will be achieved, having count of 5,000 new customers, while simultaneously raise the energy awareness in the food retail community. By the end of 2027, our client base will count for 71,000. We will achieve to annual recurring revenue of 5 million, make it feasible to enter new commercial markets. Energy crisis has brought forth a lot of opportunities from doing good. We are providing a viable and sustainable solution, but the most important thing is our vision to evoke energy awareness in Greece. Thank you for your time.
Okay, get ready to get greener than green. It's important in these days of climate change and increasing population. We're looking at water scarcity as another issue. Fortunately, greener than green has a way to help farmers to not only recover water and reuse their water, but to capture the valuable chemicals that might otherwise be going down the drain. Mirta?
Hello, everyone. My name is Mirta Touloupi, and I am an R&D specialist at Greener Than Green Technologies. Would you believe me if I told you that we could unlock 1.6 million euros from each cubic meter of this dirty pit? We offer the technology to extract and exploit this value while treating the water. But let's rewind a little bit. Agriculture accounts for 85% of the global water consumption. And along with the explosive global population growth, they exert great pressure to freshwater reserves, making water recycling imperative for the foreseeable future. We are targeting the food processing sector, which is not only water intensive, but also follows linear waste food practices, meaning that it takes resources, makes products, and produces waste, throwing away a great amount of valuable materials. Our goal is to help industries take the step towards the circular usage of resources by reusing water, extracting valuable compounds, and reducing waste. Our product, VesperX, is a mobile unit that treats and recycles water and nutrients present in wastewater. It is currently installed in olive and juice industries. VesperX ensures compliance with the environmental regulation and makes the company greener. It has zero capex due to our innovative business model and no need for experienced personnel as it operates autonomously. Last, but definitely not least, it provides an important extra revenue by exploiting the value-added compounds present in wastewater. A great example of this is that exploiting the polyphenols present in all of wastewater has a phenomenal revenue of 1.6 million per cubic meter. VesperX employs established and novel technologies, and as you can see from left to right, it has been proven to achieve 90% removal of organic cloth, 80% recovery of polyphenols, and water reclamation. VesperX is enhanced with an AI-powered decision support system that operates autonomously, and there is no need for technical specialization. It provides VesperX, complete automation, monitors the quality of the produced water, and forecasts the use and maintenance needed. What makes us unique is that we offer value-added compounds, extraction and exploitation, AI-enhanced automation, and the ability to treat waste toxic bacteria. Currently, we're working on patenting this process. For those who are not familiar with value-added compounds, they are molecular entities of great interest due to their biological activity and high market price. In their purest form, the prices range from €1 up to hundreds of thousands of euros per gram. With our product, we are addressing simultaneously different multi-billion global markets. VesperX is offered as a product as a service, meaning that the unit is leased for specific time slots and not sold. This perfectly fits with the seasonality of the food processing sector. Our revenue comes from the actual lease of the unit, the exploitation of value-added compounds, and the services around this. Our business plan forecasts 3.9 million revenue for the first year and 17.2 million revenue in year 5 with an average growth rate of 45%. We are an enthusiastic team with great experience on with technical and research background and decades of experience on technical sales, business development, and management, eager to keep developing and marketing new environmental technologies. So far, we have committed over 1 million euros, most of which come from EU funding, to develop our MVPs, which are currently installed at 2 lighthouse customers. Today, we are looking to raise 3.5 million euros to build more units, implement our business plans, and acquire talents for our sales and manufacturing team. Our goal for the very near future is to cover the Greek market, launch our first hub in a Mediterranean country, and to create a marketplace to bring together the producers and the users of value-added compounds. Thank you.
Well, I promised you diversity, and I think you can see we've had great diversity. Believe it or not, that was our first half. The second half is even a greater range in technologies. I can get there. Oh, that's pretty. There we go. All right, so one of the big challenges associated with managing renewable energy on the grid is that we've got regulatory issues, we've got all kinds of intermittency and demand issues and so on. Fortunately, GridHistory is here with Urania Konstantinidou. Did I get it right? Oh my God, yes, thank you. I should be so good with Greek names by now, and yet somehow. Anyway, we are about to be have that problem solved for us by GridHistory and Urania. That's it. Do you want me to hold it? Oh, okay.
Great. Thank you, Linda, so much for everything. Thank you, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here. And it's a real, hello, everyone. It's a real pleasure for us here to be here and to share our story with you. My name is Urania Konstantinidou. I'm the CEO of GridHistory, a company that connects green energy producers to consumers. As a customer-obsessed company, we empower our customer, green energy sellers, to accomplish their energy, to help consumers accomplish their energy transition goals through our digital platform. Focusing on long-term challenges such as zero emission by 2050, we use high-merge technology to enable the strong capabilities they offer to us to solve big problems. Currently, the certification and rating of green energy consists of low integration, high complex, time-consuming, and costly processes. Certified green energy is accessible only from and to large organizations, excluding small producers and residential consumers. We have created a breakthrough digital bridge that connects producers to consumers. Our high integration platform handles all the in-between steps by directly connecting production from data collection, energy certification, trading, and procurement of green energy. At each green certificate, we provide a QR code so that each consumer can have access and control of the green energy origin data. Creating value at each step of our product by eliminating useless and not value-added processes that our customers can offer affordable energy to customers. Our platform provides access to any type of producers and consumers, no one left behind. Traceability at each step of the process can be monitored by everyone. Low integration costs to join our platform, no additional infrastructure needed, no membership, and the pay-as-you-go price model. Our growth strategy mindset is based on continuous iteration process that enable us to test and learn fast so we can quickly provide new value proposition to our customers. Great initiates at this new fast-growing market confirm the high demand of the established market. Working together with our early adopters, we confirmed the need of a high integration and flexible platform that handles all the in-between steps. This is our corporate advantage. Our customers, depending on their installation and needs, they can pick and choose part or all of our services from our agile design platform. We adapt to our customers and empowering them to focus on their specialization. Our team is a great mix of technical and business savvy people dedicated in innovation. We're also very proud partners of MITEF and Entrepreneurial, excited to just complete our co-created prototype that will run the next month as a paid pilot project. This will lead us, by the end of this year, to our first commercial contract. By having a proven solution, it will enable us to sign 2 more additional accounts. In 2024, having our product developed, we will offer to our customers a total P2P solution for smart cities. At the commercial side, our goal is to sign 3 more accounts that will create a strong proven solution portfolio and be ready to expand in Europe. What we are looking for is for strong innovation organizations aligned with our zero emission vision to co-create big solutions and create a better future. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right. So now for something completely different, we're going into the world of robotic vision. I don't know if you've ever used a Roomba, but you know that they can pretty much be stymied by a very small change in their environment. But nobody wants to spend thousands of dollars to get a fancier vision capability for a Roomba, right? Well, in industry, it's needed even more. But they still don't want to pay the extra price. So Heli Valtna and Lightcode Photonics has a way to transform their ability to process the real environment while saving us all lots of money.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here. And would you envision with me the future where all the jobs we do are compelling? In order to get there, we need to give the jobs away to somebody who's willing to do the mundane and repetitive tasks for us. Service robots are here to help us. And at Lightcode, we want to help them to see better in 3D in order to be able to bring that future to us. I'm Heli. I'm co-founder and CEO of Lightcode Photonics. And we change the way a robot looks at you. So we start from logistics sector, which is facing huge challenges. They are facing a growing demand and decreasing labor available. Also, there's a pressure to become green in terms of energy. And service robots could do the jobs for them in warehouses, ports, marine ports, so forth, airports, industry locations, but they are tackling simple challenges. I know it from being a head of autonomy development myself previously, and they just need to position themselves and see what's in front of them, simply navigate. As if a tourist in a new city, they are not aware of surrounding. And the bottleneck there is that they don't have affordable 3D vision. Technologies capable today are either too expensive or limited in applications or even breakdown. So this $37 billion market is looking for new eyes. And at Lyberia Photonics, we introduce a new principle, how to make 3D vision high resolution and affordable. And we do it by taking a simple, affordable $15 sensor, and we make it behave as a $1,000 one. It just needs this new principle, proprietary electronics on top of it, and algorithms. The principle itself comes from quantum optics, so it might be a bit difficult to explain it in a second, but we all can see how it works. So what we have here is on the top row, there's a torus object, not very well contrast visible from the background, but 1 meter away from it. And the lowest image shows what the 12 pixel sensor natively sees. It says there's something. And if you go one row above, we enhance the resolution with light gilded zoom. And we go one row more and we get 1500 pixels from that 12 pixel sensor. This is how we change the way a robot looks at you. For customer, it means we can satisfy the most urgent needs. For shock resilient, highly sensitive, and affordable 3D vision. In a market-wise, it's even more exciting because we can combine the shape, the weight, power consumption, post-processing of the most optimal devices to the highest performance of the LiDARs. And the best part of it is that our technology is complementary to the best sensors. So we can make the LiDAR companies to our customers instead of competing with them. So here are the 5 steps how we become Intel Inside type of technology for 3D vision. We have by today raised roughly 1 million euros. Now we are raising 3 million seed round in order to build MVP. In parallel, we are piloting it with partners in warehouse logistics, last mile delivery, logistics sector. From there on, we scale up the manufacturing and eventually we will be everywhere. So here's the business model. At first, we start selling the cameras, but there are many more ways to explore hardware as a service for fleets. From there on, licensing to the markets which we are not entering ourselves to make this technology available. We are a team of 17 passionate and excellent engineers and business development person. We are most fortunate that the super talents have started founding us themselves. And here's what we are doing. We are currently raising 3 million at seed round for MVP, for validation, and to start commercializing this technology. Simply said, join us as a partner or as an investor or as a believer. Thank you.
All right. So we are living in an increasingly complex world. Corporations are dealing with increasingly complex problems, and we need better ways to be able to avoid unintended consequences from important decisions. So please welcome Kostas Lyras, CEO at Multifluidics, and their modeling technology for getting some of those answers.
Thank you, Linda. It's really exciting for us from Multifluidics to be here today. And I'm Kostas, I'm the CEO of Multifluidics, and our company visualizes very complex energy systems which have a lot of very hazardous materials, as I will show you later on in our presentation. So there's a discussion these days about climate change and what we can do for resolving the energy crisis. And the main idea these days for the foreseeable future is using clean technologies. Basically, we have a lot of investments in terms of hydrogen technologies, natural gas, liquefied natural gas, and all these fuels, these cryogenic fluids. They are basically very useful for us to produce energy, but at the same time, they are very hazardous. They are very dangerous. They have a lot of complicated phenomena underpinning when we use them. So the number one priority at every design stage of every company that works in storing, transporting, or producing energy with these fluids is basically to make sure that they can predict how they flow inside any different mechanical part in any energy system. If we know how it flows, we basically can optimize every energy system, and we can work safely and efficiently. So the traditional way that engineers test all these systems since the 80s is basically running a lot of tests in computers through computer simulations and modeling. And this takes a lot of intermediate steps. We have a lot of expertise that is required for these simulations, but eventually we will get there. We will get a result. The problem is that we need to go through a lot of iterations. We need to go through a lot of testing and a lot of simulations that cost a lot of money and a lot of time. And this is not good for any company and any organization. So we can scale this process of testing of the designs from months to hours using our software. And basically, our secret sauce for this for our software that we have been developing over the years consists of our own models that we have personally developed, and our novel machine learning technology that is unique and does not exist in any other competitive software. Using our technology, machine learning technology, we basically train computers to give predictions without running any simulation that is very consuming. And for this, the result is that we have at least 1,000 times faster testing of any design. And here have an example of how this works. But when we talk about simulations in industrial applications and hazardous materials, usually it's not, it doesn't lead to an explosion like here, but let's say for the sake of this presentation that someone used the wrong pressure in an LNG terminal, as the picture on the right. What we can do with our software, we can basically select the models that describe the underpinning physics of these phenomena, and basically we can click a button and we can get a prediction of what will happen. We can predict the future, so we can design better, live better. And we can take this in a fraction of a second, basically. And here there are some other test cases that we have been developing, and most notably the picture on the top is a study for an LNG terminal here in Greece. So to sum up about our competitive advantage of our software is that we have this user-friendly interface that is unique, and it allows for non-expert users to get very fast and very accurate predictions. We have these tailor-made solutions, tailor-made models specific to alternative fuels. And we have the machine learning technology that allows everything to become very fast and get very fast results. So our market is fluid dynamics. It basically is responsible for the generated revenue of many different industries. And we are working at the moment at chemical, automotive, and health. And this gives you an idea of the numbers of how big these markets are. And in terms of traction, we have already some clients and some organizations that they endorse our product, they use our product, they have paid for this product, and they are testing their own systems, their own machines. Most notably, our company, very proud these days because we are leading the first EU-funded project that uses machine learning for simulations that ask explicitly for liquid hydrogen. And we are enabling ways that we can basically use liquid hydrogen for airplanes, buses, and air heating, or using producing energy for every EU home. I won't go through the details of our business model here, but yeah, users can buy a license for using remotely our services. We also run some consultancy projects where basically we perform the simulations for other companies. And we have already started having resellers very, very recently in the heart of Europe, in Switzerland. And yeah, this is an overview of our core team. We are an engineering company that we have worked in many different projects in both in development and consultancy. And we work in many different locations. These are some future predictions for our growth. And basically, we have already some traction. We have already some generated profit, and we're moving on to establishing some connections with some big clients in Europe first and then in Asia. With that, I would like to thank you all for attending this presentation. And,
All right. Can someone please, for the love of God, explain to me why it is so hard to book travel arrangements? We have artificial intelligence, we have machine learning. I don't understand it. Fortunately, we have my friend and pitcher here, Pavlos Vassiliadis, CEO of Lyberia, to make my problems go away, right?
Nice. Good evening, everyone. My name is Pavlos Vassiliadis. I'm the CEO and co-founder at Lyberia. Our mission is to bring touring activity providers, the backbone of the travel sector, closer to travelers. But as it stands now, they're not as close as they would like to be. And the big question that bothers them all is, how do I get more travelers? Let's have a look at some of the key challenges these businesses face on a daily basis. Providers can reach travelers, but in order to do so, they need a way to manage the bookings and a place to sell the product. The fact that we have two steps here, and often these are two separate platforms, increases the cost for the provider. This results in 83% of transactions still being completely offline, just phone calls or emails. Another challenge we typically see is when providers print leaflets and going to hotels or travel agencies, asking them to resell products. Doable, but definitely not a scalable model because they will have to go one by one every single hotel and every single travel agency. Let's have a look now how Lyberia not only solves that challenge, but actually enables tour and activity providers to unlock their true potential. The only thing the provider has to do is simply to subscribe to Lyberia. And by subscribing to our platform, they immediately have all the technology they need in order to run their business, from managing the customers up to selling their products all in one. But the secret ingredient here is by subscribing to Lyberia, they are already able to resell through hotels, travel agencies, even travel bloggers. This way, reaching the maximum number of travelers with the less effort possible. Let's have a look how it works. So here, as a travel professional, you have everything that you need just in one place. We are on a pilot phase now, and the providers who are using it say it's engaging and easy to work with. Now, in order to achieve our vision in bringing these two groups together, we're offering something special for the travelers as well. Through our mobile application, you as a traveler, you will be able to book any touring activity just in a few clicks. We take user experience seriously to the next level. It is a growing market, and especially after 2 years of lockdown, it is in desperate need for some innovation. With 83% of transactions offline, we're talking roughly 166 billion of untapped territory. We're focusing on a smaller subset of that market, a subset within our reach corresponding to 3 billion. Now, in terms of our competitors, they're pushing touring activity providers towards the typical marketplaces. This is why the commission is so high. They say it's not financially viable for the providers and certainly not scalable for our sector. We break that cycle by creating a community where travel professionals and travelers can actually work and engage with each other. Our pricing model takes seasonality into consideration. Regardless if you're a large company or one-man show, you can upgrade on that grade anytime. Now let's go to our go-to-market strategy. We're focusing on those professional associations. This is where we can onboard those touring activity providers involved. We start from Greece, and this is where you will find many small to medium-sized companies actually in need of our technology. Although we start from Greece, our model and our platform is highly scalable and can be used by any touring activity provider throughout the globe. Now, it all started with Pavlos and I have a long history of building these business applications for the biggest brands out there. But the secret ingredient in this scenario is the diversity of our team, people with vision, passion, and love for travel technology. Our work has been acknowledged and accredited by many organizations, and worth sharing that we also qualify for the Business Seats program of the National Bank of Greece. So as you can see, there is some traction, and to make sure we get the most of that traction, we've got an additional individual focusing on business development and sales. And for the past 6 months, we have a great run with some key new partnerships. Of course, really proud for the work we're doing with the global Hellenic diaspora community, where we actually trying to extend the tourism in Greece. Now, keeping that momentum, we estimate to reach our break-even point by the second half of 2024. We're self-funded, armed with sector experience and passion. We ask for 850K, which allow us to grow our team even further, launch a second version, of course, of Lyberia, have a strong marketing push, and expand our clientele. In the plan is go for the second round of funding, which will allow us to aggressively enter some key strategic markets. So please join us and let's give our travel sector the technology partner it deserves. Thank you so much.
All right, our final pitch of the evening is addressing another aspect of climate change. Agriculture is facing huge problems with heat and drought and salinity, all kinds of other issues like that. Oops, I'm sorry, do you have this on a timer? My bad. Okay, so I don't want to give away any more of this. We've got a great innovation here for handling those agriculture challenges. Vasilios Papopoulos.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda, and thank you, MITEF Greece, for giving us the floor to share our vision. So I'm Vasilis Fotopoulos. I'm a co-inventor of YieldSecure, where we strive towards keeping the world fed under a constantly changing climate. So photographs like this are becoming increasingly familiar with everybody because we're undergoing severe climate change. And climate change is driving to multi-billion-dollar losses in the agriculture industry. This affects all major crops, cereals, horticultural crops, and so on. And the lion's share of the losses is attributed to abiotic stressors, such as drought, salinity, heat waves, and so on. So we all know that drought leads to severely reduced growth and poor yield of plants. And there are ways to actually improve the behavior of the plant by spraying with exogenous compounds. This improves photosynthesis, leverages antioxidants, and generally improves the viability of the plant. However, this is expensive because it requires multiple applications in the field, because we have seen through experimentation that it is short-lived. It doesn't have a memory effect. So what we offer with YieldSecure through our patent-pending technology is we're offering all of the above, so the improved performance through the application of the agents, but this is done at the seed level through a proprietary seed coating formulation that is functionalized by these molecules. And because we do so at the seed level, this offers great cost effectiveness for many reasons, the main of which is the creation of epigenetic modifications. And this leads to long-lasting effects. So these are proven processes that are implemented in a novel coating technology.
So the active compounds we use are known, we have known that they work really nicely as priming agents, and also the encapsulation technology is also known to work nicely. But our proprietary approach leads to a functionalized coating that offers superior performance compared to the individual applicants that I mentioned before. So here are some phenotypes just to show that the plants look really happy. On the left, we see severely drought-stressed plants that are effectively, as you can see here, really protected following the application of our technology. And on the right, we have serious, significant growth promotion, even under control conditions, which is also desirable. So this is actually going forward by itself. We also offer a high flexibility and effectiveness against multiple stressors, so ticking many boxes along the way. Of course, there is competition, but they usually target specific stressors, whereas we have proof of data for multiple individual stressors. Also, we offer different modes of application. So in addition to doing it at the plant level, we actually propose as optimal the seed coating. And this also leads to an application of virtually at any crop type, because we work at the seed level. So we're currently running multiple prototype field trials for advanced TRL level of 7. This covers field trials in Crete that are near completion with tomato and pepper plants under control conditions. We will shortly do another trial with an interested party in Cyprus trying to fix the problem of low germination in baby spinach under heat stress. And also we're currently finishing another field trial in Saudi Arabia with another interested party on tomato plants under salt stress, because as you can understand, they have saline waters for their irrigation. We are expecting interesting results hopefully very soon. And I'm happy to say that recently we actually started contacts with 2 major international players as well that are interested in the technology. So we're offering licensing of crop and climate specific coatings to agriculture leaders, so looking for strategic partners. So having prototype piloting created through sur-mesure development projects. And we will be offering formula licensing at 2023, directly aiming to agrochemical companies that will be able to provide the technology to farmers. But this could also be done through seed providers indirectly that will then reach the farmers. Of course, we're also seeking for strategic partners in the form of seed companies directly for the formula licensing. And in any case, we'll be always collecting data throughout the process to constantly improve the technology. So I'm not going to go through detail for that, but our growth is, of course, as I mentioned, through the licensing, where we expect to actually start the procedure of licensing in 2023 and reaching a global audience in 2024 onwards. So we offer 24-month packages from pilot to, from having an idea to making a difference. These packages are 250,000 euro packages that cover first the identification of the specs with the interested party, moving on to the design of the initial formulation for the specific solution we're asked to provide, and running the preliminary laboratory tests. Then this is followed by much needed field trials for the validation in operational environments, and then closing with the finalization of the formulation and the licensing of the product to the interested party by Q8. So we are a team, a mix of academic groups. My group is basically the plant science and plant priming experts in Cyprus University of Technology, and Theodora's group is the material science expert who is actually developing the polymers in the other partner institution. And of course, throughout the process, we have the solid support of the 2 technology transfer offices from the 2 universities. And with this, I will actually stop. Thank you.
All right, can we please give a very big hand to all of the presenters tonight? I'm sure you can see why I am so proud of each and every one of them. If you're not a judge, I hope you can only imagine how hard it is to make a decision for the judges. Thank you for taking such a diverse array of companies and rendering your decision. I don't know what it is now, yet it's killing me, so let me turn it back over to the wonderful Antigone.
we're waiting for the leaders. Okay, so we're ready finally. So, let's start. The third winner. Thank you, Darius. That's not my favorite stuff, but I'll try to do it. So, let's have Jenny Livadaro, yes, which is Energy Transition Executive and Board Director at Elector, to give the third prize. So, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, the second runner-up, the one that wins the third prize, is YieldSecure and Vasilis Fotopoulos from Cyprus. Welcome, Vasily. Would you like?
This is unexpected. It's welcome. Of course, we believe in our technology as well, but we are thrilled. We're actually ecstatic with this result, and this will just fuel us to actually work harder for the next steps of our venture. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Well, hi everyone. I think I know most of you. Of course. So, congratulations. I think climate change is very important, and we'll be discussing about this matter more frequently than ever today. So, I think you're moving towards the solution. We're very proud of all this intensities and plans. So, congratulations, and hopefully we'll see you again growing.
I hope so.
Okay.
We'll do our best.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Yes. Where's the music? So, the second, let me introduce Gerasimos. Gerasimos will be the second prize, and the first runner-up is Agora Labs and David Zakarini.
David.
Thank you. Well done. Thank you. Well done.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. It is an outstanding program, and we are so grateful for all the help that we gave us. And we'll drink a lot tonight.
Thank you, Yeras. And now, let the next space for our honored guest. So, the winner for tonight is Light Code Photonics and Heli Valsa from Estonia. Come on! Congratulations!
Well, it was my speechless. I was in Greece some time ago as a student in a summer school, and well, I was, I think, perfectionist that time. I think I have changed. I think Greece has remained what it is, and I have actually not met such a warm audience before. I have not met so warm people, such hospitality before. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Greece. And it's a huge recognition for the Lyberia team, for all our founders, our team members, our believers. I hope that there are many more after tonight. Thank you very much.
I think here we're witnessing the beginning of the second quantum revolution, no? Congratulations. Well done.
Well done, well done. I may say that all the prizes are sponsored by Hellenic, the People's Trust, which they cannot be here tonight, as you know, COVID really, you know, we suffer all from COVID, so but they can see us. Hello from the live streaming we're having. So it is a custom, because we have all the different tracks every year, to give one honored prize to the winner of each track. So, which is the for? Where is the for? Oh, all right, Anna Maria. So, the winner of the general, and let's ask for the chase from Mr. Papidis from Kotsovolos. No, it is a mistake, not the general, for the transition, sorry, the transportation, logistics, yes. No. Okay, so for the general, we have YieldSecure and Vasilios Fotopoulos. Sorry, that's my mistake, it's the general. I'm so sorry. No. Sorry.
Again, thank you so much. This time it is not unexpected anymore. And we will continue with our hard work to actually try to make a difference. Thank you.
And now let's have the from Hellenic Petroleum, Mr. Kajis. And Mr. Kajis, you will have the energy truck. This is yours for many years. Energy truck and inside, and Michael Manis. You have a fan club, huh?
Thank you so much. It's all my team, my friends are here. Thank you everyone, thank you MITEF, thank you Linda, where are you? We will work hard to make the product in the market. Thank you.
It's not a team, it's a gang, by the way, the energy gang here. Well done. All the best.
Thank you. And now, Mr. Sigalas, please, from Kiel International. Mr. Sigalas will award the prize for life sciences, which is Agora Labs.
Again.
Well, thank you again. Really an honor and a great joy. And to all the other funders, as he said, don't give up. This is just the beginning. Thank you.
And now let's have Mr. Panagiotis from Kyriakidis Kyriakopoulos Law Firm, which will award the Transportation, Maritime and Logistics Award. Mr. Kyriakidis.
Thank you very much. I'm very proud representing KG Law Firm, Kyriakidis Kyriakopoulos Law Firm, and it is an honor to participate and be sponsors, also being so much actively engaged in the startup business and on high-profile transactions in the last 5 or 6 years. It will be a real honor to get this award.
Thank you so much. And of course, Light Code Photonics. Here you are again.
Thank you. It's amazing.
Are we having the family photo now or closing with Vasilis? The crowd votes for this. Okay, let's have Vasilis and then the family photo.
Hello, everybody. I'm not going to take much time because I know the reception is waiting outside. Back in February 2012, I called the MIT Enterprise Forum to ask them to give us the license for Greece, and they said, don't call us, they called it back. It took about a year and a half to convince them. We actually didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. We thought it was going to be a bunch of events easily organized. We never have thought that we're going to meet 200 amazing founders and help them improve their business and help them raise over 200 million, not including this cohort that I'm sure is going to be much better. Of course, it was not an easy ride all the way. In the summer of 2015, we had the first competition, and some of you that you were here at that time remember that it was a time that the government decided to close the banks, and we were not sure if we're going to be with people in the room or just ourselves. We were really happy to see many people, and that gave us energy to continue. And we are really happy that we could help improve all the teams, the help of Linda, connect them here among the investment community, but also with our diaspora through the Hellenic Innovation Network that is based in Boston. Today we had the 8th cohort, amazing people, different industries, different levels, but I'm sure all of them will be winners despite or who is announced winner. Actually, the most funded alumni is Spot a Wheel, which happens to be working with FinLoop, and they've raised more than 120 million. So there's a lot of to be done. So I would like to thank again the teams. They are amazing. I would like to thank our sponsors and our partners. I would like to thank our fellow members of the MIT Enterprise Forum. And of course, I would like to thank especially the MIT Enterprise Forum team, Adigoni, Stevi, Vaya, Dimitris, Christina, Grace, and Panayota. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let's go outside and have some reception, meet more of the teams, and talk to one another. Again, thank you. Looking forward to see you next year with more stuff that we have in the book.